Mike, let's talk a little bit about the different ways we can protect ourselves, protect our real estate and our investment properties. There's a couple different strategies that you can do, and some are better than the others. So let's get into that. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think for investment or business purpose property, the go-to entity to hold title to that typically here is an LLC, which is a limited liability company. It's something that came out in the 80s. It's a blend of a partnership and a corporation. From a tax purpose, partnerships are typically taxed a little more favorably than a partnership. And then, however, they don't have the liability protection that a corporation would have. So many states across the United States gradually adopted these limited liability companies, which is effectively a hybrid of a corporation and a partnership.
And that's what it is, limited liability, and that's what you're looking to do. But there are some cases where you can have liability even with an LLC.
Well, before we get into that, sorry, Rick, but before we get into that, I think the debate really, and I want to have that debate because I fall on the other side of the aisle.
I'm ready.
Good. Because you know what? Clients call me and they go, how would I effectively protect my property? And everybody talks about this sexy tool called LLC, this hybrid entity. Mm-hmm. But I fall on the other side of the aisle that says, hold on a second, before you sort of commit to this LLC, why don't you go and get a wonderful umbrella policy, multi-million-dollar umbrella policy, and get yourself insured, and that should be adequate enough. Why is that not a sound way to go?
It's absolutely a sound way to go. And a limited liability.
By the way, he was teeing himself up. He knew what you were about to say, and then pat him on the back. Sorry, go ahead.
He's been reading my website. A policy a limited liability company should not be a substitute for a sufficient amount of insurance. That's always going to be your go back or fallback issue. And that's going to be something that you're going to want to rely on in the event that someone brings suit against you.
You don't want to wait